today. I've just been upstairs. They've even got an incredible lift here. They've thought of everything. But so David Attenborough, if you go upstairs, he says what we do in the next 50 years will determine the future of the planet. And I think this is what we do in the next 50 years is happening in this college at this very time with this incredible renewable energy centre. This is I've been told today, my 102nd visit to the college and to have been a Member of Parliament. And the reason why I come here is because I always feel inspired about what I see, but I also feel that this college is giving the next generation that comes up the chance to climb up the ladder of opportunity. And the reason why this centre is incredibly important is because we know we have to be green, we know we have to cherish and save our planet, but we've got to do it in a way that brings people with us. And the way you bring people with you is show people and train them in the green skills that we need for the future. That is the way that the public will come on board with this. It's incredibly important, and it is absolutely the future. And I'm on a government committee. Skills Ministers Karen and Will very kindly said that, and we talk about green skills all the time. And I just said to them, I cannot wait to go to my next skills, to the cross-government commission on skills. I cannot wait to go and show off yet again about Harlow College. And what's also brilliant about this is that it is a partnership. It's a partnership with Mitsubishi. Quite incredible the story how I heard that you came on board, and one of the great companies of the world is in partnership with Harlow College. It reminds me when Steve Jobs flew here. You seem to attract some of the biggest and greatest companies, literally, not just in the UK, but in the world. So thank you, Russell, and all your team for doing that, the equipment, the donations, the training, the preparation of the staff as well is absolutely brilliant what you have done. And of course, EcoDan as well. My boiler is about 12 years old and it's packing up all the time. And I was told by the people who came and said, thank goodness for boiler insurance, but the people who came a few days ago said it's on its last legs, and so I hope I'm going to come here and get trained so I can fit it myself. You know, this is we're told by Will for £400,000 in total, 300,000 specifically for here, but 100,000 for the additions that were needed. £400,000 of money investment from the government because of the belief and the passion and that we have to do to have our green skills. And it's not just for the world or the planet, it's also for our area and for Essex. And I know we've got Essex Council here, Mike Hardware, and there may be others if I haven't seen, I apologise, but Essex has said that 2/3 of its housing stock have got to be retrofitted by 2030 and 100% by 2040. Now who's going to do that? I'll tell you who's going to do that. It's going to be the brilliant students that come here in this incredible Mitsubishi EcoDan Harlow College Centre to be trained and do that retrofitting and other jobs. And there are charging points up there, upstairs as well. You've got why it's so hot, you've got indoor heater, underfloor heating. I mean, incredible stuff, all happening in the greatest, I think, the greatest college in the United Kingdom. So I wish all of you every success. Thank you for what you have done. Collaboration with business, with skills, with the college. This is everything that our skills revolution should be about. And you're going to have apprenticeships taught here. You're going to have T-levels taught here. I suspect there'll be some boot camps even that will be taught here as well. So every qualification is going to be done relevant to this centre is going to be done here. So well done to Karen and Will and the brilliant Harlow College team. Well done to all the staff who make it possible, and thank you again to the businesses who've done, Russell and Karen, who are helping to build an even better Harlow, an even better Essex, and of course a green United Kingdom. Thank you.
you very much. I think the first thing to say is this is very dear to me because I only live 5 minutes down the road and I'm a Harlow guy anyway, so it's very dear to me. But our journey with heat pumps has been over 15 years. Important thing to point out that all the products in this room are manufactured in the UK. We are a UK manufacturer. And we've been on that journey where 15 years ago we were trying to convince the world to do something different. Replace your gas boiler with a heat pump and explaining what a heat pump was. Now, 15 years later, we're looking at government targets for mass deployment of heat pumps of 600,000 units in 2028 and over 1 million units in 2030s. And this is a big milestone where we're now facilitating colleges so the future engineers will come through. And the demand in the market is so good that it's almost a guarantee that these engineers will find employment after their courses. So I want to thank Harlow for partnering. I think it's a great investment. And if anything else we can do to support, we'll be there.
And support, as you said, 102nd visit. Robert's here so much, we're thinking of giving him a staff badge. And possibly some teaching in possible. So we're pleased that you can all join us today for this opening of this fantastic centre. It really is the end, a short programme, but very intense. But yeah, I think as you'll agree, it's an inspiring space, which is brilliant. So we as a college, we're committed to reaching net zero carbon emissions by 2050. And we see the introduction of this centre as a key step to help us on that journey. And when we talk about net zero carbon emissions, yes, it's the emissions and the consumption that we as a college produce, but it's also as important that we decarbonise our curriculum and make sure that we're producing people with the skills, future skills and green skills that industry will need going forward, and that's exactly what this centre is set up to do. We're really proud to be working with a name and people at Mitsubishi. The expertise and knowledge that they bring to enable us to be able to do this has been invaluable, both in terms of advice and real knowledge of the kit and the equipment that they work with and the technology, but also extending to the training and the equipping of our staff to enable us to be able to then pass that on to our learners. So it's fantastic that we're working with a name like Mitsubishi. We're really looking forward to working with you guys on an ongoing basis, and so we've got a long collaboration. I'll speak a bit more about Mitsubishi and what they've provided as well in a bit, but I just wanted to put some figures on what Robert mentioned. So Essex alone, it's estimated that around 30,000 homes by 2040 will need some kind of retrofit involving renewable energies. To do that, it's also been recognised that around 12,500 new jobs will need to be provided to enable us to achieve that goal. This centre is set up to provide a skills pipeline of young people equipped with those skills to be able to go out, work on renewable energy systems, both in domestic and commercial environments. So we're trying it the best we can to be able to decarbonise the curriculum, produce people with those skills. Before we do the unveiling, this is where I need my glasses. I've got lots of names. Just coming back to our friends at Mitsubishi, I mentioned the expertise that they brought, the support that with developing our staff. That's extended to kind donations of equipment and just time spent with us to be able to understand and use this kit and pass it on. They've been fantastic to work with. There's some names in particular that I do need to mention. Dan Hemsworth. Dan, as I mentioned, you're going to have to introduce yourself, just to let everybody know. Dan has been our key contact from day. He's been with us all the way through the journey, from beginning to end, steered us where we need to go, got people in the room that needed to get in the room, so we've been able to realise what we've been able to realise here. I'd like to also thank the Mitsubishi Eco Dan trainer guys, Liam Brooks, Lance Hitchins, and Ben Bartle-Ross. They've been integral in passing on their knowledge and expertise to our staff, without which it would be be literally a white and orange elephant. Also, I'd like to thank Sarah Jelly and Achilles Giorgio, who've worked in association with our marketing team to get the messages out there, and also shoving me in front of cameras in a studio on a podcast. Thank you. Also linked to that, the Restless team that have been in, and they've done all of the branding and aligned the branding so that it fits not just with Harlow College, but it also meets Mitsubishi's and EcoDan's needs. In particular, Jess Dobbs, glasses were off, Jess, sorry, glasses were off. Jess Dobbs for her many visits in making sure that we've got it right with the marketing. I have to mention Ian Gregory and the entire team at Spectrum Design. Are they in the room? Where are they?
Only one, me.
Yeah. So I brought Ian in here just a few months ago, and at the time, if you can try and picture, it was a dark, grubby little workshop that had holes peppered everywhere. It hadn't seen a lick of paint or any attention in the 23.5 years that I've actually been here. And I gave Ian the brief of turning it into an inspiring teaching centre that will teach engineers into the future. I wondered whether he'd be able to do it, but I think you'll all agree he's met the brief fully. So they've been fantastic to work with and a pleasure to have on campus. So thank you, Ian, and the whole team. They delivered it on time and to budget, just. So thank you.
You could add in extras, that's why.
I'd like to thank our brilliant hospitality team. They never let us down. They provide sustenance all the time, which is fantastic. And last but absolutely not least, I need to give a huge thank you to our lead for employer engagement, Gary Salisbury, who has worked tirelessly from before I even met the guys at Mitsubishi to get this project over the line. So Cam says I masterminded it. If I masterminded it, it was only because I was led and organised by Gary. Gary has not stopped cajoling myself, our delivery teams, our managers, Mitsubishi, getting people in the right place at the right time. He's worked with the marketing team, who's absolutely right down to providing the map so people could wipe their feet on their way in today. So it's a massive thank you to Gary, without which it just would not have happened. So